So we are here in Vienna with Gianni, aka Blues Against Youth from Italy, and he played a show at Kapu yesterday, and today we're at a secret location in Vienna. And now I will ask him some questions about his tour to Austria and what he's doing right now with his project. So, Gianni, how did you like Austria? What were the tour stops like? Did you like Austria, and
Yeah.
how is it compared maybe to other gigs you played?
I always had a great time in Austria, and this was just great. Especially yesterday in Linz, the crowd was magic. The atmosphere was magical. The crowd was incredibly energetic and gives me a lot of energy as well. So when it's like that, I feel like playing much better. I feel like giving everything I have, you know. And so I'm really satisfied with this weekend in Austria. I have to say, it's really uplifting. It was totally worth it. Yeah. I want to come back soon. I wish it was always like that. I mean, compared to other countries, well, it depends where, but in general, I always had good times in Europe. I mainly toured Germany, France, Central Europe, Central Northern Europe. I have to say, compared to Italy, there's a big difference. I have to say, the crowd is different. It's different because here it feels like people are more into music in a way they really want to be involved in it.
Yeah, I think I always thought like Italy would be a really great country for music, because like you have all these legendary bands, also like all the Italian prog rock stuff from the 60s and 70s, and I think every genre, like you have like some really weird like 80s punk bands and stuff, and like everything is really rare, I guess. Like
That's
every
a big
record
legacy.
you want to buy in any like subcultural genre is like really expensive from Italy, because I guess it's like good music and maybe they didn't press it
Cult
much.
bands. Yeah, you know, I didn't want to talk shit about Italy.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, there are some places which are really, really great. It's just generally speaking,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a different way of getting involved
yeah,
in the
yeah.
shows, in a less natural way, I would say. And then we have a long history of good bands in there, of course, and there's still a lot of things going on, a lot of good bands, but something has surely changed since the times you just evoked. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
You were talking about 50 years
Yeah.
ago. I wasn't even born. So no, but still, there are chances to improve.
This goes out to my friend Oliver, who especially requested this song. It's a song about the devil. Because like, you said I praise the devil. I praise the Lord, you said I praise the devil. Take up my soul, he hurts me as you trust me, man. He lets me rock. He said I know my way to wrong. You said I praise the devil, praise the devil. I praise the Lord, you said I praise the devil, praise the devil. Take up my soul, he hurts me as you trust me, man.
your favorite city for rock music in Italy and like alternative blues music and all the stuff? Where would you go if you want to go to a show and you're like, yeah, the crowd there is like...
I think Bologna. Bologna is such a good city for shows. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, in my circuit, I can say Bologna is one of those which is really worth it. And also Torino, where I'm based, it's one of the reasons why I stayed. It was because the music scene there is quite developed, and yeah. Also Roma. It depends. It depends on each single situation. I've been in Roma on this tour. In end of March, I played the Monobanda Invasione Monobanda festival, which is a one-man band festival. It takes place at the Trenta Formiche, which is a small club there. I think you've been there.
It's the one with the
Was it-
graffiti?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
that's
there.
the one you were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about yesterday. That place, that particular situation at the festival was really cool, really familiar. Lots of friends came over.
Yeah,
Because
I also enjoyed it a lot when I was there.
yeah, it can be very good, and so it's really up to the situation, and if stars align somehow, you know,
Yeah.
everything matches, and then you can make a good thing out of any situation.
I looked up where you have played during your career because you have it on your website, and there was also a US tour, I guess. So what
Yeah.
was this like?
No, it was. I went there twice as Blues Against Youth. The first one was more a sort of vacation.
Yeah,
I visited friends there. I went to Chicago and Nashville, and eventually road trip through Mississippi to Louisiana. That was really life experience, you know. You've just been there, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, so it wasn't exactly a tour. The second one, I played more shows, around 10 shows, something. It was good. I wasn't traveling the way I travel in Europe. I didn't have any equipment, just a guitar and a backpack.
Yeah.
It was kind of adventurous. I liked that feeling, you know. I was traveling by Greyhound mainly,
oh, sick.
and met a lot of people. I think the United States for us European people is such an exotic place, very exotic.
Now I have a question. I normally ask the people I interview in the beginning, like, how did you start Blues Against Youth? Were there other projects before, and do you always play as a one-man band? I mean, I know that Blues Against Youth, there are some occasions where you play with another person.
With Luca, yeah. That's a more recent version. There's a duo version of Blues
Yeah,
Against
yeah.
Youth, and with Luca Colombreta on harmonica. But back in the days, the very beginning was with another friend of mine, Remo. He's called Remo, and we used to play together in a hardcore band called The Orange Man Theory. I was singing and composing some songs. He was playing bass, and then we found out we share a passion for this roots music, blues music. We got really into it, and then it was just like a joke. We started jamming around, and some songs came out, and so at the very beginning, the Blues Against Youth was a duo, no drums,
Yeah.
just two guitars. I was lead vocal, and he was doing backing vocals and lead guitar and a bit of harmonic as well. We didn't last that long because we just made a little demo
Mm-hmm.
and toured Italy for a couple of weeks, just local shows in Roma. I used to be based in Roma, and then he moved out to Spain, where he's living now. He's a lawyer actually. Then after that, I wanted to go on, so I approached the drumming, the foot drumming for my first time, and step by step it was something. It was a long journey. You know, if I look back, it's been 15 years ago, but it really feels like a few years ago, and so I found myself alone. I really wanted to keep going, and I figured out the way to do it, and I found this formula of one-man band, foot drumming and guitar playing and singing, and 15 years have passed. Six full-length album released, and I would do it again. I mean, I have no regrets actually.
Did you always like enjoy blues music, and what are your musical heroes? Like, did you always? I mean, you had a hardcore band, so I mean, did you listen to Agnostic Front or something during this time?
Or kind of hardcore. I was more into post-hardcore, more harsh sound, like noise rock stuff, from Amphetamine Reptile Record stuff, and Jesus Lizard.
Yeah, oh, that's.
And I also
really
like
good
Shellac, Neurosis, Today's the Day, Melvins, all these bands.
Yeah.
That's my kind of thing.
The dirty stuff.
The dirty stuff. But in my upbringing, my early, my first listening were classic rock actually, because I used to have an uncle who had a big record collection, and he used to copy his LPs into tape cassettes, and they handed it to me when I was like 10 years old, something. And he was also playing the guitar. And he was the one who trained me to play the guitar and gave me his guitar. Actually, the guitar I played tonight, the acoustic one, it belonged to him.
Oh, really?
That's my very first guitar. I had this immersion in classic rock stuff. I mean, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, all these white guys playing the blues in an electrified way. And but I get to like the blues quite later, because it takes time. It took time for me, because at first when I first listened to these old pre-war blues guys, I didn't have any reference to understand what they were doing. So it takes a while to understand the alphabet, to know what it's all about, and then you start appreciating it.
Was it hard to change your techniques? Because I mean, maybe you did also fingerpick during your hardcore project, but you have totally different playing techniques, and you also have the bottleneck stuff and all this. I guess you had to learn a lot to get into this kind of music.
Yeah, I really practice a lot. The finger picking style was a real turning point for me. Like it really opened all my perspective in terms of opportunity of sound that I could create, and atmospheres. It's really interesting. It's a never-ending research.
Yeah,
that's what I like from that. Because the more you dig up, the more you find. That's what those known ones, like Muddy Waters, all these guys, these famous ones, they're just the tip of the iceberg. Because if you keep on researching, it doesn't. It takes longer than a lifetime. You never know everything, but it's so interesting, and it has to do with the history of music and culture, and this blues tradition, which has been brought forward by so many people, also those who are forgotten.
And is there also like Italian blues hero in your opinion? Like, who was the first guy in Italy who like made music like this, or do you think there was not a real blues scene? Because like we have like one guy in Austria, he's called El Cook, and he's like he's like our first blues musician. He was like playing blues, I think, since 1960 or something, and like everybody was like, "What's this kind of exotic music?" Like, and he plays till this day. He's like, I think over 80 years old or something, but he does really good music.
I know there have been some blues musicians in Italy, like Roberto Ciotti, a guy from Roma. But it's a scene I don't really know well, and it's not the kind of blues I crave. It's a different blues. It's more polished from my point of view. I wasn't interested in that.
Yeah.
I like the greasy stuff.
It's like if you go to the later Muddy Waters albums and stuff, it's also completely different to the first ones. Because like they get like bigger record labels and opportunities, and like also try to sound like something which is like where you can maybe also make money with. So yeah, I understand like the OGs, they have a completely different and
but I also
other sound.
There used to be a lot of people involved in blues. There used to be a magazine called Blues, which lasted till last year as an online version. And up to I think 10 years ago, it was still coming out as a physical thing.
Oh really? Where were the origins of it? Like, was it like from the 50s or?
No, I think it was from the 70s.
Oh, okay.
From the 70s, and along with this record label from Milano, it was called Albatross Records.
Yeah.
And there were some researchers.
I think there is a progressive rock band from Italy which is called Albatross. Am I right? The one with the door, which is dropping bombs. There's
Albatross.
Is it Italian band from the 70s?
Progressive band.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Could be PFM, Banco del Mutuo Soccorso, con le Orme. There was a huge progressive rock scene.
The Neutrals and all
the
that
Neutrals,
stuff.
you know that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have some records I could afford. Most of them are really expensive.
I have some record from my uncle's collection.
Oh, cool.
He was a big fan of Banco del Mutuo Soccorso. But anyway, this record label I was talking about, Albatross, it was more focused on blues and roots music in general, world music in general.
Yeah.
There are some issues and some releases which I particularly like the Tennessee Blues series. It's 4 LPs, and they were recorded by these two guys from Roma, Gianni Marcucci and Lucio Maniscalchi. They were just two blues fans in the early 70s, and went to America with their tape machine and went to find these local blues guys like Dewey Corley, Mos Vinson, and they end up in recording also Booker White in Memphis.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
And these 4 albums are so good. I happened to find 3 of them. Still looking for the 4th one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, online they're a bit more,
but
it's that feeling that you get when you find a record you've been looking for years. It's just priceless. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was also really happy at some point in the US when I found some records. Like from Mississippi John Hurt, I found the records with the coffee blues.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like always looking to it after it.
Was that original records?
Original record, yeah. Like the cover was a little bit beaten up, but I want to listen to the music, so I was like, fuck it.
A lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
When I was traveling in the States, I wasn't able to buy any LPs because I have no room for that. So I just bought 45s.
Yeah.
and stuff it in my guitar
Yeah.
case.
So I think we have to get to an end because like Ben has to cut all of this.
It was such a great pleasure to be here in
Yeah,
Austria, really.
I
I totally enjoyed this weekend.
Yeah, I also hope you will come back. And
100%.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of
And,
fun. There's gonna be a new album coming out next year, and I'm coming back for sure. I'm working on a trio version of Blues Against Youth.
Oh,
Again,
cool.
that's the umpteenth attempt of doing that, but this time I feel it's the right time. You know.
Perfect. Yeah. So, what are your plans for the next year? I guess you answered it right now.
Now I'm gonna have one more leg of this 50 years anniversary tour next month. I'll be heading to the UK through France. Be performing at the Birmingham Jazz and Blues Festival and a few other shows. I'm gonna play the What's Cooking in London and a bit in the southern part of the UK and Kent and Suffolk. And after that, I'm gonna be in Sardinia in August. I'm gonna play Aliento Summer Festival and a few other shows. And then in September, I'm gonna be back with a duo for a few weekends in Switzerland and Italy. And meanwhile, I've been working on a new record, which is probably gonna be mixed and ready to go to the pressing plant after the summer.
So it sounds like a busy future.
I'm really busy. I'm really busy. It's been also last year was really a busy year, full of cool things. I've been having a good time.
Yeah. So now I have a final question. I always ask the people I interview, and it's like, what was the first record you bought, and what was the last one?
So, what was the first record I bought? So the last one was Kid Congo Powers and the Pink Monkey Birds. La Araña.
La Araña.
La Araña. No.
Is
No,
it
I
a
went to-
7-inch or is it a
No,
LP?
it's an LP.
Ah, okay.
I went to their show in Torino a few months ago, and actually I
Oh,
didn't
is
went.
it the new live recording?
No, it's not a live
Ah,
recording.
okay.
I'm not sure if it's a new one. It's probably from a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to the show. I physically went to the show, but me and Luca opened for him actually. So
Oh, yeah.
I played also I opened for them, and it was a nice evening. So I really enjoy the sound. I think that nowadays they're one of the coolest band around. The first record I have no memory of that. What could it be? No, can't remember.
Any secret pleasures?
Any secret pleasures? I don't know. It doesn't come to mind now. I let you know. I sent you an email.
So Gianni, I thanks for the interview and thanks for the great shows, and
Thank you.
hopefully you will
Thank
come
you
back.
for having me here.
Tomorrow the mountains will be sleeping, sagging beneath the blanket green and blue. But you cannot hold the silence they are keeping. I bring all the promises to you. It's snowing all the time. Tomorrow I'll be through that hills and gone. And it's snowing all the time. Tomorrow I'll be through that Where's the shower? Outside. Thank you so much.